New Genesis has changed a lot about Phantasy Star Online 2 and brought in a bunch of new players. And that means that a bunch of people might be lost on what to do or not know all the little things you can do to make your gaming sessions easier and more fun. If that applies to you, then you clicked on the right video because today I'm going to be showing you the top tips I've learned the hard way so that you don't have to. Tip number 1 is something that the game briefly mentions to you in the tutorial. That is these red boxes. There are 113 of these bad boys, and breaking them gives you some pretty decent loot. From star gems to augments to large amounts of Meseta, these boxes are worth grabbing whenever you stumble across them. Also, late in the game you will be tasked to find all 113 of these for a quest. I won't spoil anything, but it's a very good idea to start early on this so that you don't have to grind to find them all one at a time. There are also maps online, but if you just see them in passing, they're worth grabbing. Tip number 2 is just simply do your dailies and weeklies. These quests are basically just free Meseta for you, and the weeklies give you a bunch that you can use to spend on all your gear and upgrading and all the other sorts of things. So, this one's a pretty simple one. This next tip is something you should start doing as soon as you can in Phantasy Star Online 2, and that is to grab any resources that you see, because soon enough you will have to start upgrading your gear and enhancing items and things of that nature, and you will soon find out that you need a lot of resources to do so. I made the mistake early on to not grab all the resources, and yeah, I got stuck grinding for quite a while. Another thing that you should do whenever you can, honestly, you'll probably find these cocoons while you're stumbling around doing quests and other things. And the game tells you to do them, but the reason I'm telling you is they get you skill points. And right now, it's the only way in the game to get you skill points. You can get a total of 20 skill points, and these skill points go for each class, so you'll get 20 for Ranger and 20 for Gunner, and so on. So it's a good idea to try and clear these whenever you can. It's also worth mentioning that these bonus objectives really don't do anything for you. It doesn't affect how many skill points you get or anything like that, so don't stress too hard if you can't complete a bonus objective. This next thing is something that the game really doesn't tell you very well, and that is doing trials. First of all, doing trials is a great way to level up and get lots of gear to increase your gear score, because I know you guys are going to get stuck, just like me, a bunch of times where the story is just saying, increase your gear score to this number, and if you do a bunch of trials, that shouldn't be an issue. Also, with trials, if you do enough of them in a row and go after the main objectives of the trials, you will start leveling up your PSE Burst. When your PSE Burst bar gets full, you will activate a PSE Burst, and basically all the enemies in the area drop more loot and a bunch of Meseta, so it's worth doing whenever you can. If you're still struggling to make Meseta, I have one more tip for you, and I just now found this out. There are these alpha reactors located on the map every single day, and there's always 14 of them, and it seems like they reset at the same time as the daily reset, but I could be wrong on that. I haven't done too much research into it, but you collect 14 of these, you can exchange them for cash, and they give you 3,500 Meseta each. So if you collect 14 every day, that's 49,000 Meseta that you can get. And finally, this is a little bonus tip, but if you see a silver or gold shining enemy anywhere, it can be while you're doing a trial or just walking around the world, even the basic animals that you can kill for meat in the game can sometimes spawn as gold or silver. But these enemies will get you extra money, basically. So if you see one, it's worth killing, especially if you're after that money grind. Alright guys, well, that's all the tips that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, found something helpful, and if you did, a like or maybe even subscribing would be really appreciated. I plan on making more videos like this soon as more content comes to the game. So, with that being said, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!